Shalom. Kalalal Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. All praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai B'Hashem Rakah HaKodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, of GMS, that do rule well and that do teach well and that have taught me this truth. To you I say Shalom, and Shalom unto the hopeful elect. This is Brother Gabario Allah coming back at you with another video. In the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. Lord willing will be edifying. Just a quick update to another installment of the MOTB. And pretty much all roads lead to the MOTB. The MOTB is found in Revelation 13, Revelation 14, Revelation 16. And that's going into the beast system and a new world order and a cashless society. And all roads lead to it. And you can see it in this title. It says, banks could be extinct in 10 years. And this is coming from Eric Trump, Donald Trump's son. And this is what he's saying. Banks could be extinct in 10 years. Doesn't mean it will be, but it could be. So he's hinting, he's letting you know that we're going to bring forth this NWO, we're going to bring forth this cashless society, whether you like it or not. And you already know, keeping your money in a bank doesn't really benefit you. It benefits the bank. Whenever you make a deposit, the bank benefits from that. They take your money and they can recklessly invest it into things that they want to invest it in. They charge you all these fees, and they're not responsible or liable if your money gets lost or if they lose the money. So it doesn't really benefit you if you keep your money in a bank. So a lot of people that know that, they're going to be more interested in probably this. Banks becoming extinct and just putting your money on a blockchain or going through digital currency. So it says blockchain technology can perform financial transactions more efficiently, the president's son has said. And they're pushing this hard because Donald J. Trump, he's coming out with a stable coin. And also he made an executive order making sure that you bring forth digital payments for the federal government. Like the federal government, they're supposed to take digital payments. He made an executive order on that, and he also brought forth stable coin. So they're pushing this very, very hard. Very, very hard. And they're not going to stop until the agenda has come into fruition. That's going into Job, the 20th chapter. You know, maybe I should pull that up. What is it, Job? Job 20. And see, 22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. When he's about to fulfill the New World Order, everything is set in motion, and he's about to feast and enjoy the fruits of his labor by setting this up, by putting all the infrastructure in place, brainwashing the people, killing all his enemies who are against it. Then that's when the Lord is going to come in and intervene, when he's about to fill his belly. And it says, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. And that's going into thermonuclear destruction, because those missiles are going to rain upon him. Scripture says 200 million missiles, or 200,000, which is 200 million. These other nations are going to shoot their missiles at America, at this guy that set up the beast system. You know, who controls the beast? It's America. The woman that rideth the beast. So it says, verse 24, he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. See that? The iron weapon, the bow of steel. You see that? And this is code for missiles. You see, the prophets were just using the terminology of their time to describe what they saw in the vision or the dream. And really, it really does look like an iron weapon. It really does look like an arrow or a bow when you see it shoot up into the sky and it coasts through the sky and it hits its target. That's how an arrow works. So the inspiration comes from ancient technology when you really think about it. These engineers and these scientists, these physicists that make all these weapons, they're really inspired from the ancient world. Just thinking about it. Verse 25, it is drawn and cometh out of the body, yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall, terrors are upon him. That's right. And this is talking about the missile coming out of the silos, it being shot off. And it looks like a glittering sword because it's glittering in the sky because the rocket is propelling the missile. Because that's what they're talking about. That's what it's talking about. Now it says, verse 26, all darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. So his dwelling places are all going to be destroyed. His tabernacle being that priesthood, that temple, them think tanks. It's all going to be destroyed. So he's not going to do too well in this up and coming destruction. He's not going to survive it. 2nd Ezra 6:9 verse says, for Esau is the end of the world, Jacob is the beginning of it that falleth. So Jacob is going to take the kingdom. And Esau, right now, we're in Esau's world. And he's losing it. Esau is losing it. All right, so let's just go back here real quick. It says banks could face extinction within a decade if they fail to embrace blockchain technologies. U.S. President Donald Trump's second son, Eric, a crypto entrepreneur, has warned. In an interview with CNBC on Wednesday, Eric Trump lambasted what he described as the slowness and efficiency of the traditional banking system. The modern financial system is broken. It's slow. It's expensive, he told the Business News Channel. Yeah, it is. It's analog. It's not moving. It's not digital. It's analog. It's slow. They do things with paper. You gotta give authorization to this one guy, and then it's just very, very slow and outdated. It is, right? It's not fast, and it has to be fast because we live in a high-powered society. So the system that we have in place right now, it's an old system. It's not keeping pace with how the way the world is moving. So that's why they want to change it. All right. So just keep that in mind. I'm not saying anything new, and I say this all the time. I'm just saying it a different way. But this is just more proof, man. All roads lead to the MOTB. Trump, who launched a Bitcoin mining company called American Bitcoin in March, said he turned digital currencies and decentralized finance when he realized that our banking system favors the ultra-wealthy and was weaponized against the vast majority of people in our country. And you know that. When you look at the banking system, it favors the rich and wealthy. You go to the bank, man, they don't teach the average person on how to build wealth or riches. The best they'll do is they'll set you up an RSP fund. They'll give you maybe a tax-free savings account. They'll say, okay, you can invest in certain things. You can put your money in the stock market. But they don't really give you tips. They don't show you what to really invest in. They're not really telling you what you should really do to build your money. And rightfully so, because they benefit from you having your money in the bank. It's a scam. The bank is really about control, man. Bank is about control. Decentralized finance platforms allow individuals to conduct transactions directly with one another, often with low or no fees, something traditional banks rely on to generate income. You see? Yeah, and especially, I just want to talk about the stable coin that Trump is bringing out, that stable coin. That allows you to trade among different digital currencies like Ethereum, Bitcoin, and it's non-volatile. So there's no fees and the prices don't go up. The prices just stay the same. Now, if you were to do this in a bank or the traditional way of banking, there's always fees and there's always something that you have to pay for. Right? So it is volatile. Prices go up and things of that nature. So they're telling you, if you come and put your money or you invest in, digital currency, and you buy into this whole blockchain, it benefits you. It's more convenient. You don't have to pay as much money. No fees. So it says Trump has argued that blockchain technology can perform all the functions of traditional banking systems more efficiently. All right, so let me get a quick precept. I don't want this video to be too long, man. But all roads lead to the MOTB. It does. Surely does. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So this is Revelation chapter 13, verse, I'm going to get 16. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is a number of a man, and his number is 666. All right, so yeah, that's going into that universal barcode. Soon that universal barcode is going to be embedded in your flesh. But yeah, man, if you don't have the mark, the M-A-R-K, the charagma, you won't be able to buy or sell. And that's what it's looking like. That's why they want to get rid of these banks. Because they want this prophecy to be fulfilled, which is really going into the NWO and the whole mark cashless society. Because that's what they want to bring forth. And that's going to be their destruction. That's going to be their downfall. Because we read it in Job, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. The Lord is going to intervene when he sets everything up. He thinks it's the future, but it's the future of his downfall. That's all that is. Let me get James 5, because it's going into the rich, because that's who it benefits. Talking about these banks. So it says, James chapter 5, verse 1, go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Yeah, it was these rich men, ultra wealthy. They have set up these banks, these financial institutions, really for their benefit, and it's really to control the people. Verse 2, it says, your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Yeah, you know how much money banks steal? They take your money and they invest it recklessly, and they're not liable if your money is lost, if you lose your savings, your pension, and things of that nature. They don't care. And the whole banking system is based upon usury and fraud, man. You put your money in the bank, all your money in the bank, it doesn't necessarily mean all your money is there. They don't hold all your money in that bank. That's fraud, man. That's fraud. That's usury. So why would you trust a bank? Why would you trust those financial institutions, man? Why would you trust that? Come on. So it says, your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasures together for the last days. That's true. You have heaped treasures together for the last days, and we are in the last days. And you're going to have to give those treasures back. Everything that you have stolen. Riches are translated from one kingdom to another. And you're going to have to give everything back. I quoted that. That's found in the Apocrypha, I believe. I think it's Sirach. Riches are translated from one kingdom to another. And when you go into Isaiah 60 and Isaiah 61, it talks about the forces of the Gentiles and how you other nations, starting with the nation of Edom, pursuing to Psalms 83rd chapter, you're going to have to pay tribute to the nation of Israel. Everything that you have, you're going to have to give. But yeah, man, you see these rich men, these ultra wealthy individuals that rule the earth, man, they have vaults full of gold and precious stones and cash and very, what can I say, like expensive and luxurious things. Well, really things that are priceless, like paintings and things of that nature. They have all these things in a vault. And they go down into their vault every day. They open it up and they just stare at it. You know, it's sitting in that vault for a reason. You have to give those things back. Those things really belong to Jake, Israel. And you know, you do have some relics and some precious things that belong to these other nations. Because Esau, Edom, you know, they go into the lands of the other nations and they steal things too. But still, man, yeah, you got to give all those things back. And they think they're going to keep it forever. Psalms 49:11, their inward thoughts is that their houses shall continue forever. They believe they're going to pass those things on down to their children. And then they're going to come back through their children and inherit those things again. Remember, this devil is very deep. He's far-reaching. That's how he's thinking. He's going to continue to infinity and beyond. That's why these guys can make statements like this. Banks could be extinct in 10 years. As if we have 10 years to spare in this wicked world. As if we got 10 years. Look at how this world is moving, man. World War III is at the door. Nuclear destruction is at the door. But these people are talking about 10 years. You know? So their thoughts are not godly. And they're definitely not thinking about Yahweh Bashim Yoshai. They're thinking about themselves. Anyways, that's all I got. So I hope this is edifying. Till next time, just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah HaKodesh, and the belongings to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone of GMS that do rule well and that do teach well and that have taught me this truth. To you I say Shalom. Kwam Yashala.